So I have the privilege to welcome all of you to the Catalyst African Town Hall. And this town hall is hosted by myself, Daniel, Obi, okay, we have a team, but it's hosted by the three of us most often. And we have Boaz, our French maker there, and then our graphic designer, Richmond, making up the team. And what Africa Town Hall aims to do is to bridge communities together on new technologies, especially blockchain, for us to know what is happening within the ecosystem. Africa Town Hall have been operating for nearly 2 years now. 2 years will be in March. And we started as a community-led program sponsored by SWAM, helped us to start, supported by WADA, and sponsored. We had funding. The very first one, we had funding from the Catalyst project, Cardano. That was for the first 3 months. And from then, funding went down. But then through the enthusiasm of the team then, we decided to go on whether funding or no funding. So for nearly 2 years that we've been operating, apart from our initial setup, which was supported by Cardano, we've had no funding, and we actually have been operating independently, as I said, with support from WADA and SWAM. Our journey so far, since we've started, we've been having bi-weekly town hall sections. And this is normally done on Fridays. So we always have 2 meetings in a month, every other Friday. And the aim is educating people on the Cardano project. So far, that's what we've been doing, and Project Catalyst. We want to introduce a new face. We are bringing in new independent people to support our funding, because we've realized that we can't put all our eggs in one basket. So we want to spread our tentacles. And from this section going, or from this meeting going, you would realize that we have other programs coming on board. Next slide. As I said, we'll be broadening our horizon. We want to extend, we want to go beyond Cardano. We've realized that the blockchain is really broad, and we don't want to just limit ourselves to just Cardano blockchain, but I want to spread our tentacles, learn whatever is happening. And that's what Africa Catalyst Town Hall is ready to provide. So if you are in this area, please, we will entrust you to come to African Town Hall every 2 weeks, because we will try to source out new ideas, new technologies coming on board. And we are going to discuss it here with everyone here. We want to be open, we want to accept everybody's ideas and share, network, and keep on moving. So our focus will be mainly on AI, open source projects, distributed ledger, and other emerging technologies. Web3. We want Africa to also go there. We don't want to be always left behind. So the whole aim of Catalyst Africa Town Hall is to make Africa to be also seen on the radar of these new technologies that are coming up. We want to actually commit to educating our African communities. As I said, we are a decentralized AI project. Though we are aligned with Cardano, we are going to explore new frontiers in technology. And as we move on, one of the areas we are going into is the SingularityNet. And one of my colleagues will explain the whole idea behind that program, which is also on Cardano, by the way. And then we will see. And we're not going to limit ourselves to just those two. We always explore, explore to bring the best of the best to Africa. Next slide, please. Looking ahead, we are not just, as I said, we'll continue to go on Cardano's project Catalyst. We'll do the things that we do, continue to educate people, because we can't do away with Project Catalyst. We know it's interesting. So as we go on, Fan 11 has been launched. My other colleague will also take us through what is happening. Obio is going to introduce the SingularityNet deep funding initiative to us, as well as we are expanding our educational scope. We are expanding our regional reach. Right now, we are going into we've selected a few countries that we are going into. We hope that after those countries, we can do other countries as well. Next slide, please. So at this point, I'll let my colleague Obio come on board to explain what is deep funding. And then we'll understand this and then we can decide for ourselves where to go. So Obio, please, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Madam Efia. Yes, so I'll be explaining what is deep funding, and I'll be explaining it in the context of Cardano, so that it will be much easier for us to be able to understand the pivot and to understand how all of this relates, right? So as we do know, Cardano is a big ecosystem in itself, and then we have Project Catalyst. So Cardano as a technology has its own goal. What Project Catalyst does is to be the seed for innovation that comes into the Cardano ecosystem. So also is deep funding and SingularityNet. So SingularityNet is it's the AI technology, call it in quote. I'm trying to explain it in the context of what we already do know here, and then call deep funding the Project Catalyst of SingularityNet. And then how does this relate? So what is SingularityNet? SingularityNet aims to develop what we call the beneficial AGI. Beneficial AGI means products, or to bring that whole goal of building artificial general intelligence that will be beneficial to humanity. And as such, one of such means that they have different avenues and different strategies that they are trying to do. Some of it includes the Hypercox methodology, and a lot of other methodology that is being espoused by Boertz, who is actually the founder of SingularityNet. But one of such strategy was to develop its own, in quote, Project Catalyst. And that is what deep funding is all about. Deep funding is the innovation wheel of SingularityNet. This is where you and I come in. This is where everyone is permitted to actually think of what is a beneficial AGI and how can it relate to us. And for us as Africans, I think this is very, very important, because what it means is simply ask yourself, what kind of solutions, what kind of ideas, what kind of artificial intelligence solutions do we need in Africa that will be benefiting to us and to the whole of humanity, right? So what deep funding does is that deep funding exists as that particular platform where you come in, put in your proposals, and then get the community to vote. And then from there, this particular the proposals that get voted in actually have been funded to go in and convert these projects into real life projects. But of course, it has to be related to artificial intelligence. And so whatever solution you are building in, you can always ask yourself, how do I integrate artificial intelligence? If you can answer that question, then your solution or your product is good enough for SingularityNet. Now, SingularityNet, like I said, also operates like Project Catalyst. Currently, they are in what we call the, we just finished our DFR3, that's the round 3. So we'll be entering round 4. So this is the best time for anyone who will be interested in participating in this project to build the beneficial AGI using the wheel of deep funding to come in. So we just finished deep funding round. We about 43 projects we actually funded, and we are about to start the deep funding round 4. So that means this particular community is relatively new. Imagine Cardano, we are in our fund 11, and these guys are just about to start, deep funding is just about to start fund 4. So that means that it's relatively new, and the ecosystem is very open to accepting people at all points in time. Finally, what I want to tell you about deep funding as well is that you can come in as a proposer. You can come in and be like, oh, I don't want to propose. I just want to be reviewing other people's comments, and you are all going to get paid. You can as well come into the community and be like, oh, I don't want to review. I don't want to, I just want to be voting for other projects. And yes, you're going to, there's a place for each and every one of you. So wherever you think you fall in, and whether you have proposals that you want to put in, whether you just want to be reading other people's comments. I think the last time we got people that got funded up to like $100, $200 if you convert and all that. So it's related. So the space is large, and you don't only have to be a proposer for you to join in. You can come in and then do a lot of things in that particular ecosystem, and then you would always have a place to. So in the chat, I don't know if anyone is around, and you can put Telegram links and all of that, so that if anyone is interested, can know how to join this community. And then we always have our deep funding town halls twice in a month, and then the next town hall will be next week, Thursday. I think that should be 6 p.m. UTC or 7 p.m. UTC. 7 p.m. UTC, I guess. Yeah, 7 p.m. UTC. We'll confirm that in case I'm wrong. And then, so you can just set up your calendar and then get ready to join. So that's the briefing around it now. We will keep talking about SingularityNet deep funding with time, and try to show how we in Africa can connect our solutions to benefit. And then, like Madam Efia said, Africa can as well contribute to solutions. We don't have to always wait for other people to build these solutions for us. Yeah.
Yeah, to add to what he said, if you want to know more about the funding, please keep attending Africa Town Hall, because we are close with them now, and then we are going to make sure that we will give you all that you want to know about the funding. The links will be posted in the chat. We'll share the slides which has our links as well. Please join us anytime you can, and you learn about these things. I'll give the floor to my other colleague, David, to take us through Fund 11. We all know that Fund 11 has been launched. So you take us through Fund 11. You take us through what's Cardano. Those who are here for the first time and they don't know what is happening, what Cardano is or Project Catalyst is, you will explain it to us, and then you take us through what is happening on the platform.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Efia and Obio. Before I go on, I want to ask Obio some clarification for those that don't actually, and on the behalf of some of the people here who don't actually understand what we just presented on. I want to ask, do you need to have an AI background before you can put proposal? What kind of project can you put on the deep funding? Can you give us a brief on that?
I think this is a very beautiful question, and thank you for asking. So you don't need any AI background to actually put your project in deep funding. we have different pools. We have marketing, we have tools. So maybe you want to build tools that can help the community to work better. We have ideation. So this is very funny. We have like an ideation pool where you just have something in your head and then you don't even know if it will work. You can just say, oh, I don't have any, I just have an idea and I don't even think it's a good idea, and you just put it out there and they will fund you to go and try out this idea. I've had someone who actually got funded to just go and do a feasibility study. I don't think you can get that anywhere else. So I've seen people get funded to just go and gather data. And after gathering the data, you can be like, after doing this feasibility study, I feel I cannot do this product. And that's cool. So it's not, and then we have the new project pool where you have the big AI solutions that people are actually, that's the one where whatever solution you do, you link it to AI. But we also have requests for funding RFPs where the community asks and be, oh, we want someone that can help us do a particular website or that can help us do ABC. And then you can look at it and be like, oh, I think I can do this. And then you propose and then you get funded to do those things. So you don't need, it's not only an AI. The only pool that you need to, not that you need to have an AI background, but you need to link it to AI is where the new project pool. So any project that you put there, you have to link it and be like, oh, I want to do a bicycle, but I want to use AI to detect the speed of the bicycle. That is the under the new project pool. But apart from that, other pools are community-based and other ones that you can as well put in your project as well.
Thank you very much for the explanation, the clarification. Here at the Catalyst African Townhall, we are expanding and we are also looking at other blockchain technology. And now what we are saying is that everything SingularityNet and Cardano. I normally say SNet because, you know, pronouncing the SingularityNet sometimes you might bite your tongue. Okay, so thanks for the update. We go straight to the Fund 11, and we are come to give you an update about Project Catalyst, everything SNet and Project Catalyst. Okay, so for those of us who are not aware, Fund 11 have been launched, and I'll be taking you through some of the things that you need to know, the do's and the don'ts, and how you should also draft your proposal. Some of us here already are veterans in Project Catalyst, but however, this presentation will cover everyone for our understanding. So the Project Catalyst is also similar to what the funding is doing. Have an idea, bring it on board, then get funded and implement it to better your community. And currently, as we are talking right now, there's about 1 billion in the treasury for Project Catalyst. So I know a lot of people have been asking where the money comes from. On our next meeting, we are going to give an in-depth on how Project Catalyst raises their treasury. And though other people also keep asking that why should they participate in the Project Catalyst? So this is a way to interact with the community members. Sometimes you don't have to bring an idea, but you can also go to IdeaScale website to read about projects, and which is will also give you an idea on what you should bring on board. Aside that, there are other activities that you can also do, not only submitting proposals. And before I finish this presentation, I will make it known to you. So another reason why you should also participate in the Project Catalyst is that it gives you the opportunity to build something impactful and meaningful, and then it also gives you the chance to learn new things, also to build your reputation, get funding for what you love doing or what you love building, and also make an history together. So currently there is about 50 million ADA for Fund 11, and proposal submission is still ongoing. So keep note to that. Currently, we have about 7 active campaigns that you can bring your proposal on. And one of them is the Cardano use cases concept. So the money allocated to it is 100K. sorry, the money allocated to it is 7 million in ADA, but the maximum that each proposer can request is 100K. And also we'll be sharing link with you so that you'll be able to read more about these categories, because you need to know what goes into these categories before you put your proposals there. Another concept too is for the solution base, and the maximum amount that you can request for it is 7K. So please, my African proposers, let's abide with these regulations, because the last time we had an insight sharing, we got to know that a lot of the proposers got negative, most proposers got negative comments because they didn't actually follow the categories, the rules and regulations that the categories entail. And it became very difficult for us, because the African Town Hall is to educate the Africans on the Cardano ecosystem, on this kind of thing. So please, let's stick to this information. Another active campaign that we can also put our project on is about product. So if you have a product that you want to develop or something, you can also look at the this category, and then the maximum amount you can also request for is 750K. The project submitting to this category to add new capability and existing ventures to enterprise might show that their proposed solution leverages the Cardano blockchain. So anything that you bring to this category must fall below must have something to do with the Cardano blockchain. So what are some of the use cases, the area of interest? So they are looking at the disruptive innovation for industrial use cases, and then using the blockchain and smart contracts. Another area too that you can write your proposal on is the blockchain research and exponential technologies such as AI, machine learning, and next generation for distributed compute. Also, there's a way for you to also bring projects and ventures porting from other ecosystems like SNet, cross-chain products, and bring it to this campaign. So we are also looking at the Cardano Open for the developers, and the maximum you can also request for is 200K. So please take note of that. And if you have any idea you want to develop anything, so you're blockchain developer, this is a category for you. And in case you are a developer but you are new to this ecosystem, please get in touch with the Catalyst African Town Hall team, and then they will guide you on what to do and how to go about it. And there are other people in the community that you can collaborate with for your project to be meaningful as well. Then we have the ecosystem, which is open for most projects that don't fall under the previous categories that are spoken about. And then the maximum amount that you can also ask is 200K. So this proposal, this category is also for the grassroots and education, advocacy, and projects like what we are also doing here can go under this category. Then we have the catalyst systems improvement, which is for the discovery, and the money allocated is 1 million ADA. So please, like I said earlier on, we'll be sharing the links with you so that you take your time and go through it, and then find where your project belong, and then put it there as well. Aside writing proposals and submitting ideas, another way that you can also interact and get involved is by being a voter in the Project Catalyst ecosystem. You get rewarded by voting. So voters also get to reward. And then we have the community reviewers, those that review their proposals also get funded. We have moderators too. They also get rewarded for their work that they are doing. So everybody have a part to play in Project Catalyst. So if you don't have any idea, please don't rush to put any project there. There are other avenues that you can engage yourself in. And if you need more information too, please don't forget to join our Telegram group or get in touch with us, and then we will take you through it. And then we have the proof of achievement rewards as well as the onboarding and proof of life, and then proof of achievement rewards as well. And then That's it. So everybody have a role to play in the ecosystem. So don't not be left out. Another thing too that we need to focus more on is the number of proposals. There are rules that have come on board. I think we will discuss it more further for Fund 11. So we can't put in, one person can put in more than 5 proposals. If you have an active project too, that you are still running, from Fund 7, you can't put in proposal. So there are other things, other new rules that have been added to it. So let's also take note of that as well. So we'll be sharing this document with you that you can also get this information and then read more. So let me also share with you the timeline for the Fund 11. We know that Fund 11 have been launched. It was launched on the 15th of November, and proposal submission is still ongoing till 30th November. And then we'll go to the community review, which will start from December 14th to January 25th. I will share with you how you can also register to become a community reviewer. Then from there, we go to the voting period, which will last from 25th January to February 8th. Then we come to the voting results, then the project onboarding. So for the voters, if you want to be a voter, please take note of this timeline. From 23rd November, new voter registration will start. And then 15th January, voting power snapshot will be taken. We'll be explaining this thing to you, what is voting power snapshot. I know there will be a lot of questions. So on our next meeting, which is coming on the 8th of December, we are going to take our time and explain all these things to you. And then the voting period is going to last from 25th to February 8th. And then the voting results, and then the voting rewards. Like I said earlier on, the voters also get rewarded. The community review timeline, if you want to register, I think this is the time for you. If you don't have an IdeaScale account already, please visit the ideascale.com and then get registered, and then register yourself as the reviewer, and then take part of it as well. You want to know more, you want to read more, please kindly scan this QR code, and then you get to know much information and much more knowledge about what we are discussing about. But this is not the end. The communications will still be going on our various Telegram and on our social media, Twitter as well. So like I said earlier on, our next meeting is on the 8th of December. So please add it to your calendar. If you are not part of our mailing list, kindly share your email address with us and we'll get in touch with you. Our email address is catalystafricantownhall@gmail.com. You can also contact us at info@catalystafrica.org. Our website is under construction. About 60% is completed. And on our next meeting, we are going to launch our website, our new website with you. We hear our social media handles too. We are also on Discord, Telegram, and Twitter. So please encourage your communities, encourage your friends, your schoolmates, your colleagues at work, and let them join the African Catalyst Town Hall and come and learn about blockchain, how you can collaborate, and how you can also learn more and open your scope. And there are also activities that we are organizing in your communities that you can also take part in. We are currently running the expanding, we are expanding our project in 6 African countries. We had our first program in Uganda. Then our second program is coming on 1st of December in Nigeria, and then followed by the 9th December in Congo. So there's a community that will be happening there's an event that will be happening in your communities. Kindly send us where you are joining us from, and if there's any event that is happening in your community, we'll let you know. Also on our Twitter, we keep updating our timeline and everything. So at this moment, I will hand over to Madam Ifya if she has something to add to what I've presented.
Thank you very much, David and Obio. You've really done well. We would open the floor because we deal with interaction, networking, and we don't belittle any view. So we open the floor for questions. We have more time for you to interact. So please, the floor is open for questions. It looks like, okay. Hey, hello, man. The floor is yours.
Yeah. I've just got a little thing to bring up, going back to Ubio's presentation about deep funding. SingularityNet also has an ambassadors program, and at the moment, one of the work groups that they run is a translation guild, and they're looking for Arabic translators. So if there's anyone here who is a native Arabic speaker, who knows somebody who's a native Arabic speaker, I'm just going to post something in the chat. The task is on D-Work. So if you're not there, if you're not on D-Work and you don't know how to use it, feel free to DM me or DM somebody who knows. But you sign in with your Discord account, basically. So there's a link there to the ambassadors D-Work, and then there's a link to the actual task. So if there's anyone there who's interested in that, it's not massively well paid, but there's not that many tasks.
Thank you, Van. Any more? It's not just questions, but addition, comments. We
Okay.
have a lot of people on the floor here. Mercy, do you have anything that you want to add to what we've done so far?
Nothing from me. Thanks for all the presentations. That was good. Thanks. And thanks, Vanessa, for the clarification and the additional information.
Yeah, thank you. Dan, you have your hands up.
Yes, please. Please, we are doing our expansion project in some African countries. Those of us who don't know the rationale behind it, can you please explain it, like tell us a little bit about it, Madam Chair?
Yes. We want to make sure that we reach every country in Africa, because as I said in my introductory message, we know Africa can make it, and we don't want to be left behind with this new technology, Web3 coming up. So we want to make sure that everywhere in Africa, at least every town in one country hears of what is going on. So we are doing localized programs. We started with 6 countries. Is it 6 or 5? We started with six countries. 6 countries for the initial stage, the pilot stage. And as David said, we've already done Uganda. It was quite interesting. The next train stops in Nigeria. And then from Nigeria, we're going to Congo, and then South Africa and Ghana. So the idea is to make sure that our presence is really, really felt in the country, teaching people about Web3, blockchain technology, AI, and how we can real use it. Real use cases. We hear people talking about it, and sometimes it's like, oh, it's this, whatever. What are the real use cases, and not just investment, but the real use cases that we can actually do with AI, with blockchain, that can help our everyday life. So that's what we are doing. So far, we've done one already. Go onto our platforms, join our platforms. You see our adverts running. As I said, the next one is in Nigeria, being hosted by Rubio, who is here. Maybe we'll give him the floor to also explain what he's planning to do. And those in Nigeria can join him and then appreciate what we are doing. So that's what we are doing, expanding our regional reach. So I don't know whether you would want to talk a little about your program.
Yes, please. Okay, so we we are having a program in Nigeria on the 1st of December, specifically at Uyo, Nigeria. Uyo is a brooding tech hub, so we want to explore all the new technologists and enthusiasts, young people that are working in technology in that space. So if you're in Nigeria or you know anyone around that location, please just tell them about the event. I'll be dropping the link in the chat room so that they can register, or you can share with anyone that can register so that they can come for the event and all of that. So yeah, but it's gonna be mind-blowing. One of the things we're trying to focus is we're trying to see how we can help Africans understand how blockchain can help how blockchain can help actually spearhead the next move of African transformation. And that's what that whole expansion project is going to be. And we are going to be using Cardano as a use case for this particular discussion. So first will be general discussions about blockchain. And after that, we speak specifically about Cardano and relate it to us Africans and how it can help us to bring the very change that we are all looking up to. So yeah, that's it. Daniel, I think you have the registration closer, or I should just go get it.
Yes, I will send it. I will send it right away.
Okay.
I will send it to the group right away. I'm looking for it. But before you go, Obi, I want to ask you, we are also doing internet adoption in Africa, and the survey is ongoing. Yes, can you please brief us and why we should take part in this internet adoption in Africa?
Yeah, so like we said, the positioning of the Catalyst African Town Hall as a blockchain educational hub is one of the things we are trying to do. And as one of such is the fact that we are independently doing researches, and we are going to, with time, you'll be seeing articles, you'll be seeing publications, and we want to be an authority in the field. So so that when people want to come in to work on projects in Africa, they want to bring in innovations and everything, we become that arm that they come in to research, to consult and all of that. So this is what the internet adoption in Africa is all about. If you have any person in any African country, please share the form with them. We want to understand the internet coverage, because this is the prerequisite for any technology solution that we want to put out there. So we should be able to understand this adoption and be able to know, so that when we're talking to partners and people who want to bring solutions to Africa, we can have raw data upon which we are basing our consultations or our advice on. Yeah, so that's the concept behind the internet adoption research project that we are currently taking.
Great, that's perfect. So I've shared a link to the group. Please share with your networks. And also those of us on the meeting, please help us to fill the form. It will not take more than 2 minutes of your time. We want to get your idea. And this is also one of the reasons why we are doing the expansion project, because we noticed that we can't reach most of the Africans. So now we are approaching them at their local places, their local communities. So this is the reason why we are doing that. And at the end of it, we are thinking of at least getting help in most of these communities that will be having the impact, and set up a place for them with an internet where they can meet. So whilst we are doing virtual, they can join us also virtual. They can gather as a group. They can gather as a group and then join us, watch us live, and then participate as well, because we notice internet is extremely expensive in Africa, and if we don't take care, we'll not reach much using this medium. So we want to also go to the grassroots and do one-on-one and then meet up. Thank you very much, Madam Ifya. I've handed it back to you.
Thank you, Dave. The floor is still open for networking and questions and contributions to what we have so far gone through with you. If you have any more queries, questions? The floor is open. We have Megan here. Madam Megan, would you want to say anything?
Hi everyone. No, I don't have any questions. I've been following along. I'm personally thinking about in the future, putting in a proposal into SingularityNet to incorporate AI into our NFT project that we're working on here in Cameroon. But still thinking about it.
Okay. That is interesting to know. So we are open to collaboration. We are open to talks. If you need any help, you can get in touch. Okay, Van had already spoken. Boaz, do you want to say something to us? You want to say something in French? You didn't bring your French community, so we didn't ask you to translate.
Je suis désolé, certains de ma communauté devraient entrer, ils sont retournés la porte parce qu'il n'y avait pas de gestes de poste pour les faire entrer. Peut-être que tout le monde était concentré à suivre la présentation du funding, les updates sur Project Catalyst. Ça va, merci beaucoup pour la présentation.
Thank you. Any more contributions? Okay. Do we listen to some music or we do some more introductions? I can see Madam Farko, you are welcome. I don't know whether this is your first Africa Town Hall, but this is Africa Town Hall where Africans meet, not just Africans, anybody who is interested in Africa, to deliberate and think about how we can use Web3 to forge Africa ahead. Do you have anything that you want to contribute, Madam Farko?
Hi, Fia and everybody. So this is not my first time. I've actually been here a couple of times.
Okay, thank
Good to
you.
be back.
Okay,
And good to see you all.
thank you.
No, not much, but just to say we are all thinking about ideas for proposals in Fund 11. And it's good to know all the categories and understand what's going on. So we are looking forward to the link so we can read more about the various categories and know where exactly to place our proposals. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Madam Fatima Kwe, can you please come off mute and also introduce yourself and let us know where you're coming from?
Hi everyone, this is Fatima. I'm from Ghana. I've been joining some few times, just that sometimes I miss the time, views and yeah.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate you.
Our thoughts so that we could also catch up with what is going
Okay.
on in Cardano.
Okay, thank you for always joining us. Jonas from Goma, I'm sure you're going to speak French.
Jonas, on me demande si vous pouvez vous exprimer un peu en français. Jonas Makeke.
Okay. He's not coming. He's not speaking. Boy, should I go on or he's speaking? That's how good my French is. Okay, thank you.